Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching the hottest sports podcast in the South, the best damn sports podcast, period. This is. What is up? Welcome into a Take It Back Tuesday edition. That's what we calling this. Take It Back Tuesday. Just kind of going backwards a little bit. Look at some of the action from over the weekend in college football, the NFL as well. So we'll go backwards if you guys want to go backwards. We'll look at some of that. We'll look at some of that good stuff as well. We'll look at the AP Top 25 is out. Also, we will go over the Monday Night Football game. We had a Monday Night Football game last night. Steelers defeated the Buccaneers 30-27. So we'll kind of go over that. We will also I got to do this. I'm sorry, but it has to happen. It has to be this way. I'm sorry. You don't like it. But I'm going to take a look at it in the Major League Baseball playoff picture because I got to look at this. I need to know who I'm playing. I got to know what's going on, who I might face in these playoffs. So I have to look at this. I have interest. My team is playing ball in October. So I need to look at this. So I have to look at that. So we'll also take a look at that. And then we're going to get on a subject matter that I know is going to stir up a lot of conversation, a lot of comments. Oh my goodness. It took over Facebook. It took over Twitter yesterday, especially in my part of the neck of the woods. It's coming. We're gonna definitely get into that as well. But first I know it's hard to do this, but I do want to send out my condolences to the Crocker family. Howard Crocker passed away recently. At the age of 60. I remember growing up well. I mean, any sporting event in Camel Falls, any type of athletic event, he was always there supporting the community. Just a really good guy. Obviously, I went to school with Justin, his son. Basically grew up with that guy. I know Chris real well, so I just want to, send prayers out to their family in a tough time like this. So, yeah. Everybody, hug your loved ones a little tighter, but also send some thoughts and prayers to their family if they go through this tough time right now. And obviously, there's no easy transition from that to sports because that's real life. But hey, man, we gonna get to some of this stuff, some of the results from this past weekend. I promise you, we're gonna do that. But we have to. We have to talk about what's going on at the University of Clemson right now. We have to talk about this. A decision was made, and kind of much like I said Sunday evening, kind of told you guys Sunday, the writing was kind of on the wall. That decision was made in my eyes that evening, even though I think the decision was actually made the day Trevor Lawrence committed, but that's a different story for a different day. But I think the decision was made right then after that Georgia Tech game. You could just kind of see how it played out. Hey, they going with this guy. This is what they want. This is the fan base. This is the coaching staff. Is just like this swell of pressure from the outside to make this move. I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. Not 100%. I do not agree with it at all. But again, this decision was made a long time ago, and I think this is how it went. This is somewhat how I think this is how it went down. This is how I believe it went down. I think Dabo went to this guy, Trevor Lawrence, while he was recruiting this guy. I think this is how it happened. Deshaun was going to be a junior. Everyone knew he was going to leave out his committed December 2016. So Dabo, hey, Deshaun's gonna be leaving. I know Hunter Johnson's there, but we believe you better than Hunter Johnson. Deshaun's gonna leave. You're gonna start from day one. It's your job from day one. There's no issues whatsoever. What about Kelly B? Well, we think Kelly's okay, but he's more of a stopgap. We just kind of like have a guy in between. He's a bridge between Deshaun to you. We think he's gonna fill in, because last year, I'm speaking for the fans now. Most people thought Clemson was gonna be in a rebuild mode. They're not rebuilding like they're going 7-5 rebuild, but just like they'll go 10-2, 9-3, maybe win the Atlantic, but they wasn't gonna be off the rails. So he's telling, hey Trevor, hey Kelly's just a bridge. So if he does start, he's just a bridge. He's just gonna guy who's gonna pass it on to you. That's what's gonna happen. Trevor commits. Happens. Kelly Bryant balls out. He balls to, I'm guessing, to the surprise of the Clemson Tiger staff. He balls. He goes out there and actually balls. So now they're in a predicament. They've already told Trevor Lawrence, hey, you're going to be the starter from day one. You're going to be starting. As soon as you hit the campus, you're going to start. That's what's going to happen. But Kelly Bryant went out and balled. So now they stuck in this position of, we told Trevor we were going to start him, but it's really hard to bench Kelly Bryant after what he did last year. Then they see him in practice, spring game, the challenge starts. You got the radio analysts, you got all the upstate of South Carolina, all the fans, the majority of the fans. Trevor Lawrence. They've been feeding this stuff since they saw the kid in high school. They saw him at the Elite 11. So he did a lot of those type things that 5-star quarterbacks do. So he comes with a lot of hoopla. So it's like, okay. Well, yeah, we kind of told, because Kelly's coming into this fall season with the mindset of, I should be the starter, and everyone agreed with that. He should be the starter. I should be the starter. I look what I did. So see, he should never have been involved in a quarterback controversy. Never ever been involved in a quarterback controversy. So they tell Trevor Lawrence that. Kelly Bryant balls, goes into the spring. Now, what should have happened but didn't happen, what would have been fair to Kelly, if they would have just been completely honest with him. I told you guys earlier in the summer, I believe, that they asked him in the spring to move to receiver. He said no. Those are rumors, but I believe this. They told him to move to receiver. He said no. So after because you were basically telling him then, we already want this guy to start. So what should have happened was that, Kelly, we gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. Now, we leave the decision up to you. That would have been fair to the young man because he could have transferred out early, been on a roster, learned the plays, got into a new system, yada, yada, yada. Because, again, I tell you, if he's going to spring and you don't tell him that, he shouldn't have to be in a quarterback controversy. He shouldn't have to compete for the job. He did everything right to earn the job. So there's no reason for him not to have security. But if you don't tell him that, and you misled this kid, then you dead wrong. And I know y'all love Dabo, and he got that holier than thou thing going on where he can't do any wrong. But I'm telling you, in my scenario, that's what happened. They told him he was gonna start. Kelly was gonna be a bridge from Deshaun to Trevor Lawrence. Kelly balls out. They go into the spring. They ask him to move to receiver. He says no. So at that moment, well, we really want to lean towards starting Trevor at quarterback. Because what they did, they told Trevor, you're going to be our starting quarterback. Now, I'm sure under behind closed door, they didn't tell Kelly Bryant this. But that's when they should have said it in the spring instead of waiting to go through spring. So now he's hamstrung, just much like Jalen Hurts, even though the situations are similar. Jalen Hurts can't play, but that's what they did to him. So you string him along through the spring. Now he's limited in what he can do for his transfer. So, Kelly's already graduated. So he could have transferred about the school like that. 12-2, lost one game that you started and finished, and it was against Alabama in the playoffs. So he would have been like that snapped up. But no, you drag it on out, you know. And the writing was on the wall, because the more you went through the summer, the more you went through the fall, you could see it. Because when you rotate guys, you're trying to play this guy. You're trying to get this guy reps. It wasn't strut reps. It wasn't, okay, we up 40 point rep. No, he was getting considerable amount of reps, to the point of he's throwing the ball 61 times, Kelly throwing it 53 times. So the writing was on the wall. You know, Kelly's complete percentage is actually higher. It's actually higher. But the difference is they don't allow him to throw the ball down the field. So his yards per attempt is like 8.6. And Trevor's is at 9.8. But this misconception is that Kelly can't throw the deep ball. But they don't throw the deep ball when Kelly's in there. Bubble screens, tunnel screens, dink and dunk, stuff like that. That's what they present to you. So soon as TL comes in the game, it's deep ball right off the back. Boom. So you're showcasing that. So now you got your fan base rabid, because you're showing them what you want them to see. Because they've said for 2 years that the last year we didn't have a deep ball. We couldn't consistently throw the ball down the field. So they want to showcase the guy who can do that. So the fan base buys in. So this is where the swell comes from. Because of the fan base. But at the end of the day, look, and loyalty, hey, all you high school kids, and I'm telling you, these coaches, this is a business. They're going to make the best decision for them. So you, in turn, make the best decision for you. I understand. I get it, because it's all built on you should have loyalty and represent the school and be the good soldier all the time. But these coaches making all this money, they're gonna do what they think is best for them. So you have to read the tea leaves, because if he did not tell this man what straight out to his face, like, we are leaning more toward Trevor Lawrence in the spring to get this man an opportunity to reassess what he wanted to do, then it's not right. Because at that point, again, Kelly should not have been involved in a quarterback controversy, and I'm sure he didn't think I should have to rotate reps so and so. So that's my take on it. That's exactly what I think happened. Now I want to hear from you people, because I know I know you people got a lot to say about this topic, and we can kind of go back and forth. But that's my scenario. Now you can call me crazy. I do this thing, and that's just how I saw it happen. That's how I seen it happening, and it is understandable from a coaching standpoint, because you didn't really see the growth out of them couple years. See Kelly in practice behind the shun, so you kind of know what you got. You kind of know what you think you got. So when you go see Trevor Lawrence, it's like, yeah, he may start, but he's just a stopgap, the bridge, shun to you. So when you get here, you are going to start. There were certain things promised to this young man. I can assure you of that. I can assure you of that. Now, I want to hear from you guys. 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. And I can see your comments down here. So if you want to leave a comment, I can read that as well. So, Town Falls, Abbeville County, do your best. Because, hey, I seen it yesterday. It was all over my Facebook timeline. It was all over Twitter. I mean, it was everywhere yesterday. Because this is an unprecedented move. Because usually you go 12-2, go to the playoffs, you don't lose your job unless you just stank up the field. And I don't believe that is so. Now, you may say, well, Kelly struggles. He struggles sometimes. He does. But this is what I know. When you're playing your best competition in tough environments and the pressure is on, he ups his game. He plays better in those moments. So you can look at these games against Furman and Citadel and Troy and all of these teams that suck that he didn't play quite as well. But that's a fact. Get my first caller because I knew it was coming. DeMarcus, what's going on, man? Hey man, I'm living the dream, baby. What's up, man?
See what
What?
see, I put on that Saturday game trying to transfer. You know, senior graduate transfer. That's not the first
Mm-hmm.
time that happened.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But let's get down to the logistics of things. When I went to the Furman game, I seen them exchanging reps. Everybody knew they wanted to put Trevor Lawrence in. They wanted to give him the game. And I'm with you. They promised him certain things when they was right there in his living room.
No doubt.
But let's say they didn't tell him he was the starter. One thing I can guarantee they told him. When we play Georgia Tech, we go to your home state, you will get the majority of the reps.
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee you they told him that. So just so happened, what it was, 2-3 series,
Okay, they played 2 series. They punted both times.
Right. We checking down. We checking down with Kelly. Trevor getting that first play deep ball. Now, I'm not gonna be biased because Kelly Bryant's from Cow Falls.
Don't be biased.
Throwing down the field, Trevor Lawrence is a better thrower. We just put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody sees that.
Mm-hmm.
But the Texas A&M game showed you that Trevor Lawrence was not prepared for the big game.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing the likes of Furman, Georgia Southern, Georgia Tech, hell, I might can go out there and throw a couple passes or catch some passes because the competition level is so much lower than when you play like Saturday. Michigan, Syracuse, I believe at 4-0. The only team they really beat that's worth talking about is Florida State, but we know that's not really worth talking about.
Go ahead.
But
go on.
It's just the play calling, like Jalen Hurts and Tua, it's a huge talent difference. But Kelly and Trevor is not that huge. Kelly got the leadership. He had the team. Even when Dabo, if you read the article, came out on, I believe what is State, South Carolina.
The state paper.
Dabo talking about how good he want his son to be like Kelly. He's talking about how much the team means to Kelly, how much Kelly means towards the team. But now you want to go ahead and put Trevor Lawrence in. So it just I just don't feel right how it all went down.
Now, and
like you say,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The kid went 12-2. Actually, he went 12-1.
Yeah, I say the same thing.
Alabama produced 3 first-round picks off their defense. Fitzpatrick, the linebacker, and a defensive lineman. Now we seen the playoff game. They couldn't stop. They couldn't block those boys.
Couldn't.
But just the week before, he terrorized Miami, and that was one of the better defense in the league last year. It's just sad, but hopefully, whoever's in his corner, and I hope they're listening, have to transfer this week. Now, when we talk about the next level, okay, let's say scenario he stay in Clemson. He might can go 6 to 7 rounds as a receiver or a tight end. But if his ultimate goal is to play quarterback, he has to leave now.
Yeah, because you're stunning your growth. You're stopping your development.
Right. And I had this conversation with plenty of people yesterday. They talking nonsense, saying he can go into quarterback now. No, he can't. Braxton Miller put up great numbers in college. Terrell Pryor, great numbers in college. But Pryor was the only one who did get the opportunity to play quarterback. But Kelly haven't put up the passing numbers for NFL scout to look at him and say, okay, this guy can play quarterback. Transfer, practice on your game from here to the spring practice, get in there, show your talents, and I hope he ends up in Miami so he gets his Clemson.
That would be very interesting, man. Appreciate the phone call. As always, thanks for calling, man.
All right, man.
I mean, I kind of echo what he just said. I just don't like the way it went down. I mean, that's all. You just don't like the way it went down. It just feels wrong. It doesn't feel right. It just doesn't. And then today, I meant to bring this up while he was on the line, and LeBron doesn't go to practice. Dabo Swinney says he gave him a day off. They had an emotional conversation the night before, so he just gave him the day. Now you read into that what you want to read into it. For his transferring, if that's in the kid's heart, and that's what he wants to do, I have no issue with that. I have no issue if he stays. I don't ultimately know what he wants to do, if he sees himself as an NFL quarterback or what. I don't really know, because I don't know him intimately enough to know these things, which would be nice if I did. But I know one thing. He can play college football at quarterback at a high level. What sucks is now, if you transfer, you got to wait till next season to really make an impact. When instead in the spring, since he's already graduated, he could have transferred, found the new school, found the different system, and been playing. There have been teams lining up to get Kelly Bryant this year, lining up, and I can go ahead and tell you one of them would have been on. I can tell you one that would have been lined up right, would have been that first school at his house. I can guarantee you, damn mother, that offense with Kelly Bryant's skill set. Oh yeah, he would have got a couple calls. Without a question, would have got a couple calls. But if you want to continue with that, we can, man. I mean, it's a big topic of conversation. 864-378-5943, 864-378-5943, as well as is on the bottom of your screen down on your ticker. So check it out right down there if you need to know the number. Call in, because I expect that I will hear from a few people tonight on this topic. Again, get in on that, you can. But I'm gonna transition over to something else. But if you want to call in, talk about that, you can. If you want to comment on that, we can go right back to it. No big deal. It's a hot button issue. Let's transition over to something else. Voila. All right, last night there was a Monday night football game. Steelers get their first win of the season. They beat the Buccaneers 30-27. Big Ben was 30 of 58 for 353 yards, 3 TDs, and he threw 1 INT. Ryan Fitzpatrick was 30 of 50 for 411, 3 TDs, 3 INTs. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Fitz Magic. He threw 3 consecutive interceptions in this game. Now, and I know what people were thinking, because I was thinking it. I said, hey, the glass slipper is, the clock has struck midnight. But kudos to that guy, because he came back out in the second half. He comes back out. He doesn't throw a pick. He throws 2 more touchdowns. He actually gets the Buccaneers within, 1 possession. They actually had a chance to actually win the game. They got the ball back with like 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So kudos to him. Now, Jameis Winston comes back this week. So no one is saying who's starting for them as of yet. So we'll see going forward. Overall, for us the takeaway from this game, Pittsburgh still stinks defensively. They are atrocious. They are just bad. You can count on Big Ben to throw you a pick every week. You can set your clock to it. He's gonna throw you at least one pick a week. But he'll put up some huge numbers. He'll throw it around the yard. They didn't have much of a running game last night. Le'Veon Bell. On the trading block, some news about Le'Veon came down earlier. But I don't trust the Steelers. I think they still win the division. I'm still holding out hope. I picked them to win because I don't trust the Bengals, the Ravens, or the Browns. So that was the Monday night football game last night. Very entertaining football game. Speaking of Browns, today, speaking of starting quarterbacks, Hugh Jackson officially named Baker Mayfield a starting quarterback for the Browns for this week's game. So Baker is officially starting quarterback for the Browns. Played really well in relief for Tyrod Taylor last week. And a half of football, he put up about 200 yards worth of offense. Caught a 2-point conversion and just brought some life to the team. I mean, he just absolutely brought life to the team. and you can see it throughout the game. He's just Baker, man. He got that Baker effect. He got some juice. The kid has some juice. Where it's gonna take him, I don't know. But the kid has some juice. Has some juice. All right. Kind of go through some of these college football scores from last week. Again, if you want to call in, talk about Kelly Bryant's situation at Clemson, we can. I'll just stop right there. You call in, comment. I will jump right into that. Or anything you want to talk about in sports. That's what we do right here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. That's what we do. Saturday, let's go back to Saturday. It was number 1 Alabama over Texas A&M, 45-23. Man, Bama looks good. Bama looks good. I mean, Tua was awesome. I think he accounted for 3 TDs. They got some weapons now on the outside. They look good. The aforementioned Georgia beat Missouri on the road. Didn't play really well the first half, but turned it on in the second half. Jake Fromm threw a couple TD passes in the second half. Georgia pulled away. Clemson beat Georgia Tech 49-21. The Trevor Lawrence game. Number 4 Ohio State, they just demolished Tulane. Dwayne Haskins threw 5 TD passes in the first half. Oklahoma, what was that? Oklahoma. I mean, they played the Army Black Knights and they got took to the wire. Army Strong was in the house. They took Oklahoma to the wire. It took overtime before Oklahoma pulled out a win against Army. 28-21. I think Vegas was actually giving Army like 32 points. So like a 32-point underdog. They took it took Oklahoma to the wire. You can't say Army without saying Navy, huh? Guess not. So that was number 5 Oklahoma. Number 6 LSU beat up on Louisiana Tech 38-21. Notre Dame started a new quarterback named Book. He went out there and just did a number on Wake Forest, 56-27. Didn't see that coming. Thought the game would be a lot more competitive than it was, but maybe this switch to quarterback is gonna provide Notre Dame with the spark needed to make a playoff run. They got a tough schedule, but if you win these games, you're gonna make the playoffs. I think they play. I want to say Stanford. It's coming up. I know they play Stanford soon. They play Stanford this week. Should be a really good matchup. Stanford. I will talk about them later. For a huge win against Oregon. Auburn beat Arkansas 34-3. West Virginia, Will Grill threw 5 TD passes, beat Kansas State 35-6. Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. What's up? Virginia Tech. What's up? I need to know what's going on, Virginia Tech. I need to know what's going on here. If you didn't see it, we did have a major upset. Old Dominion. That's right. Old Dominion. I think they're out of Norfolk, Virginia. They were 0-3. Had lost to Liberty. And they beat Virginia Tech 49-35. Now, Josh Jackson did get banged up in the fourth quarter, had to lead the game. So we can kind of say maybe, we can put a little blame on that, but you should never give up 49 points to Old Dominion now. And why were they playing the game at Old Dominion? Somebody please explain why. If you're a Virginia Tech fan, please tell me why in hell were you playing in Old Dominion? Why was the game in Old Dominion? Why? I've never seen anything like this, ever. They went and played a team of this caliber on the road. And I can assure you they won't do that again. Now, they scheduled to play each other next year in a couple years after that. So I'm sure that will be in Blacksburg. But again, bad look for the ACC. And I'll get more to the ACC in a few minutes because they had a bad weekend. It was Kentucky over Mississippi State, which may have been one of the most impressive wins of the weekend. Dominated Mississippi State up front. Rushed for well over 200 yards. Bennett Snell, 4 TDs. He is the real deal. the real deal. If you haven't seen Benny Snell Jr., he is the real deal. They get the Gamecocks this week. So, up in Lexington. I know you Gamecock fans. I'm telling you. I know you know this. I know you know Benny Snell. I know you know this. But this is a different Kentucky team. This team is physical. On both sides of the ball. Both lines of scrimmages. They're just physical. Mississippi State was coming in just blowing the doors off people. And they hold them to 7 points. And run for 4 TDs. 200 yards rushing on that front of Mississippi State, who has a guy who's going to be a first round draft pick, and maybe another guy who will go early in the draft. So that was impressive. I mentioned the upset. I mentioned the upset. Well, obviously Virginia Tech losing to Old Dominion, that's the biggest upset of the weekend. But Texas Tech, that's right, Texas Tech. You know they coach, the good-looking guy. Texas Tech went into Oklahoma State, went into Stillwater, and just blasted Oklahoma State, who just came off a big win against Boise State the previous week. They go in and beat the 15th ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys 41-17. 41-17. 41-17. Didn't see it coming. Texas Tech had looked awful the last few weeks, but get a big win on the road. Is it Cliff Kingsbury? Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury is the coach I'm trying to think of. I can't think of his name. Just said the good-looking guy. I can't think of his name. Hollywood. TCU went on the road to Austin and lost to Texas in a surprising game. TCU has owned this series recently. So Texas back-to-back wins over USC and TCU. After losing the opener to Maryland, they find themselves at 3-1. So maybe Tom Herman is starting to figure some things out at Texas. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. They did lose to Maryland. We don't know how good TCU is. They got back-to-back losses. And USC stinks. We know USC is terrible. We know USC is terrible. There's no and ifs or buts about that. USC is they terrible. So we don't know how good Texas is, but they are 3-1 and coming off a big win against TCU at home. Number 19, Michigan. Michigan beat Nebraska 56-10. Let me say that again. 56-10. Scott Frost, first year coach at Nebraska. Nebraska is 0-3 for the first time since 1945. Now, in their defense, the opener got rained out. So maybe they would have got a win. Maybe because they did lose to Troy last week. But this is bad. This is bad, man. 56-10. Now we're talking a lot. We've talked a lot about Willie Taggart, and rightfully so. Florida State has struggled, has looked bad, real bad. But they're 2-2. But we haven't talked enough about Chip Kelly and Scott Frost. Neither has a win. Now both programs are dumpster fires. Both programs are garbage, but neither has a win right now. They're 0-8. UCLA and Nebraska. Well, they're 0-7. I'm sorry. So Chip Kelly and Scott Frost are winless so far in their new places of employment. And no one's talking about that enough. We're not talking about that enough. We gotta get off Willie Taggart. We got to turn out tension. We gotta shift. What the hell is going on in Lincoln, Nebraska? What the hell is going on out in LA? What the hell is going on? Neither team has won a game. Jesus Christ. Moving along. 21st ranked Miami beat FIU 31-17. I mentioned the ACC had a bad week. So the Boston College was ranked 23, number 23, undefeated. You know I love me some AJ. You know I love me some AJ Dillon. You know I love him. They went to play 0-3 Purdue of the Big Ten West and got housed 30-13. So it was just a bad week for the ACC. They are this conference right now. This conference is woeful. I mentioned Wake Forest getting slaughtered by Notre Dame at home. Obviously, Virginia Tech losing at Old Dominion. And then Boston College goes up to West Lafayette and just gets housed. Housed. And they got a kid at Purdue, this receiver. Raydon. I forget his last name. God, I like this kid. But anyway, check him out. He's like 5'9", but he's strong as an ox. He squats like 600 pounds. He's just a little monster. He reminds you of Steve Smith, just a little monster out there on the football field. So check him out. Purdue gets their first win. Which again, they get their first win. In the Big Ten, it was Michigan State over Indiana, 35-21. Good win for Michigan State after bouncing back from that loss at Arizona State. And then recently ranked BYU beat Manise State 30-3. Other games of note, y'all local teams. I know that's what you care about. Florida State beat Northern Illinois 37-19. I want to mention Duke. I know they played North Carolina Central, but I want to mention Duke. Duke is undefeated, and they beat North Central 55-13. That's what you're supposed to do. I'll tell you an impressive win of the weekend. The South Carolina Gamecocks going into Nashville and beating Vanderbilt 37-14. Everyone on the game they set picked Vanderbilt. Now, I didn't pick Vanderbilt, but I did think this game would be a whole lot more competitive. I thought, Vanderbilt had showed some signs. They competed with Notre Dame on the road, and that's all again they had lost. So I thought Vanderbilt would present a problem, but Carolina dominated in the trenches. They had over 270 yards rushing, I believe. So that was a good win. I thought it was a really good win. I know you think it's Vanderbilt, but the way they beat Vanderbilt, the way they handled them up front was impressive to me. So a really good win by South Carolina. And I told you they got a huge game this weekend. Kentucky and the Gamecocks in Lexington. So to find out who truly is who is the second best team in the SEC East? Who is the second best team in the SEC East? Just who is that? Who is the second best team in the SEC? In the SEC East, I'm sorry. Gamecocks or Kentucky? We're gonna find out. Gamecocks had their shot at Georgia, so we know they ain't the best team, but can they still be the second best team in the SEC East? It was Florida at Tennessee, 47-21. Tennessee I told you guys at the beginning of the season. I'm not going to talk about the Florida side of it because that's my team. Tennessee, I told you people they stink. I told you last year they stink. I told you this year they stink, and they might not win a game the rest of this year. Their schedule is about to get. They play Georgia. I think they're at LSU. Is it at LSU? At Auburn, Alabama. This is real. This is real. This is real. This is real life. The next 4 games, like they play like one of the most brutal stretches of games I've ever seen. They get Georgia, they get Bama, they get Auburn, like 3 consecutive weeks. It's about to get worse. They may not win another game. They may not have a shot at another game until they play Vanderbilt. Because they're not beating Kentucky. Vanderbilt may be their only win from here into the end of the season. Now I think they get a cupcake next to last game. So I said 3 wins at the beginning of the season. It looks like 3 wins. If they're lucky. Stanford in a really good game beat Oregon was up 24-7 in the game in the third quarter, going in to go up 32-7 before they fumble. Stanford runs it all the way back, touchdown. Now it's 24-14, and Stanford comeback was on. They took it all the way to overtime. Stanford wins the game in overtime. Their quarterback played really well for Stanford. Bryce Love did Bryce Love things, but I thought Justin Herbert played well for Oregon. He's an NFL type kid that a lot of people are gonna be looking at. Got the size, can move around a little bit. He played really well. He only had like 4 incompletions the whole game. He was great, but they ended up losing the game. Washington beat Arizona State 27-20 in a really competitive football game. I watched most of this game. Very competitive down to the end. Arizona State had a chance to stop them before they ran the clock out. Couldn't get a 4th down stop. So Washington beat Arizona. Wisconsin went into Iowa. Got a win in Iowa City over Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa led most of the way, but they were determined to give Wisconsin this game. Just untimely mistakes after untimely mistakes. But credit Wisconsin, especially Alex Honeybrook played probably one of his best games at Wisconsin. 3 TDs, no interceptions. Was very efficient with the ball and led them on a game-winning drive to take the lead late in the 4th quarter. And that's about it. That's about it for your Saturday. Let's give you the AP. The new AP polls are out. Since I gave you all those scores, let me give you the new AP poll, the AP ranking. Obviously, Alabama is number 1. There was 61 first place votes given. Alabama had 60 of them. Georgia checked in at number 2. Clemson checks in at number 3. Ohio State checks in number 4. And number 5 is the LSU Tigers. Number 6 is Oklahoma. Number 7 is Stanford. Number 8 is Notre Dame. Number 9 is Penn State. Number 10 is Auburn. Number 11 is Washington. Number 12 is West Virginia. Number 13 is Michigan. Number 13 is UCF. Number 14 is Michigan. Number 15 is Wisconsin. Number 16 is Miami. 17 ranked Kentucky Wildcats are in the poll. They went from unranked to now ranked 4-0. Put some respect on their name. Texas is 18. Oregon is 19. BYU is at 20. Michigan State is at 21. The Duke Blue Devils, this is not basketball. Are now ranked at number 22. So you got Duke and Kentucky. This is not a basketball poll. Duke and Kentucky are ranked. This is not a basketball poll. This is not a drill. 23 Mississippi State. Number 24 is Cal, who's 3-0 quietly, and at number 25 is Texas Tech. That is your AP top 25. Again, if you want to get in, lines are open. 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. Anything we discuss. Kelly Bryant, Clemson. We're going to look ahead to this weekend in college football. The Gamecocks and Kentucky Wildcats in a big game. Syracuse is at Clemson this weekend. We want to talk about any of those we can. If you want to talk about some NFL from last week, go backwards. Or we can go forward. Look ahead to some of the big games this weekend. Anything on your mind, we can do. You know what this is. It's the hottest sports podcast in the South. It's the best damn sports podcast, period. You know what it is. Sentell, right here live on YouTube. Quick second. Oh yeah, I'm back. Get this final segment up underway. I know I'm about to lose every viewer that I have right now. I'm about to lose all of you. I am. But if you want to stop me from doing this, all you got to do is call or comment and we can change subjects. If you want to stop me from doing this. But I won't do it because, it's my show. But if you want to stop me from doing it, you can stop me from doing this. You can call. It's simple. Just call in or comment. We can stop this right now. Right here. We can stop this right here, right now. But I want to mention the MLB playoff standing, the playoff pictures. Because right now, like I said, the AL playoffs are set. They are set in stone. Uh, Boston is your AL East division winner. Cleveland won the AL Central. Look like Houston's going to win the AL West, and they have a few more games. They haven't clinched yet, but they have a big enough lead. Well, that's probably how it's going to go. Your wild cards will probably be the Yankees, Oakland. So therefore, Oakland and the Yankees will play in a one-game playoffs, and then those two teams, whoever wins, will play Boston. So Cleveland and Houston in the first round. Boston in the winner of the Yankees and Oakland in the first round. That's your AL. That's pretty much set. I'm gonna go ahead and pretend like the National League is set, even though there's a lot closer races, especially in the West and in the Central. The Atlanta Braves have clinched the NL East. Yes, we've clinched the NL East. There is no doubt about it. Our division is wrapped up. Everybody else is kind of. Chicago leads the NL Central, but they all have like a couple game lead with a few games remaining. Milwaukee trails them. The Dodgers lead the NL West, but only by like a game over the Colorado Rockies. So I can't really put down what's gonna happen because I don't know. But let's just say it holds the way it is right now. It would be Milwaukee and Colorado in the wild card, and the Braves would play the Dodgers. Playing, Clayton Kershaw. Yeah. But I mean, you play the Cubs. The Cubs, either the Cubs or the Dodgers. So I mean, who you want? All I know is Chicago is like second in batting average. They're second in hits. A really good baseball. They're just a really good baseball team. They solid. And the thing that concerns me, everyone knows who knows that I know. The one thing that concerns me every night when I go into these playoffs, is going to be this bullpen. This bullpen is going to cause me to go into some kind of shock that I can't explain, that I don't have a medical terminology for. That's what's going to happen to me in these playoffs, especially in this divisional round when it's these 5-game series. That it's a quick series. You want to get out, get up, or take a 1-0 lead. But what these series are going to be won by bullpens. More likely than not, that's how these series are won. And my bullpen in the major leagues was ranked 16th in ERA. 4.11 earned run average. That's in the major leagues. So it's probably worse if you put it in the National League. So, and that's what matters because you're playing the division. But I'm nervous. This bullpen just scares the life out of me. But gotta go with what you got. Now, questions about the rotation. What do we think the Braves rotation will look like? What do we think the Braves rotation will look like? This is what I think the rotation will look like. This is what I think it will. The first, obviously, you're only going to use 3 starting pitchers in this 5-game series. Most teams only use 3 pitchers because you can use a 4th starter. But typically, they use 3. Oatsy, who's been your best pitcher by far. ERA up under 3. Gives you quality innings. So he's been your best pitcher all year. Anibal Sanchez, who's probably been your most consistent pitcher all year, would probably be my second guy. And third, this is probably going to shock some people, but I would start Julio Teheran. I know, but as of late, he has been really, really good. And I like the emotion and the energy and the passion that he's pitching with. I like that fire, the understanding, know what's at stake. I like that. So if it was me, that's what my rotation would look like. Now people might say put Sean Newcomb in there to give you a left-hander so you can change the appearance for the hitters. Maybe you can change the outlook if you put a lefty in there. Sean hasn't pitched well since the All-Star break, but he got one more start. Each of these guys will have one more start, so they can kind of make their claim for it. But if it was me, I would go Folksy, Sanchez, Teron. But I want to hear you guys' take. If you have a take on that, 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. Take Braves star rotation. What you think it should look like in this playoff coming up? Because we're already clinched. We're already set. Now, the only thing we don't know is who we playing. Could be Dodgers. Could be the Cubs. I don't know yet. I think it'll be Dodgers either way. I'm pretty, Dodgers or Colorado. I'm not sure. Because Colorado could be. Or it could be the Colorado Rockies if they catch the Dodgers. That's very feasible. That could happen. Man, you know what this is, man. Sentell. It's the hottest sports podcast in the South. I'm the sensational Sentell Whiteman. And we're talking everything, man. This is we talk sports on this show. We bring it to you like no one else brings it to you. It's raw, it's uncut, it's uncensored. I ain't got no prompts. There's no director. Nothing like that. It's just me. And I got my notes to keep me on track. But these are my thoughts. I don't write this stuff down. I don't. Young Sticks 187 wants to know your thoughts on Saquon Barkley through 3 games. Has he proven the Giants made the right decision by drafting him number 2 overall? My honest opinion, he's played well. He's played very well. But in this quarterback-driven league, I think you never take the running back over the quarterback. I just don't think you do that. Now, maybe the Giants feel Eli Manning has more in the tank than I personally think he does. Now, he played well last week, and I think he's capable of those types of games. But Eli, throughout his career, anyway, has been up, down, up, down. Is it going to even get more like that as he ups in age? And I see a little decline. It's hard because Saquon looks like a guy who you can feature him for years. But it only works if you have a quarterback to go along with him the next decade. Eli's not going to be with him the next, well, I ain't going to say decade. He's a running back. Let me say next 5-6 years. Eli's not going to be there in 5 or 6 years. You're going to have a quarterback to go along with Saquon Barkley. I mean, now, short term, if you could, I don't think you make the playoff this year. I just don't see it. If you make the playoff, was it the right decision? Depending on what you do in the playoffs. Because that's short term. Eli's not going to be that long term. This is short term. He's not going to be that long term. But I just think, and I said it during draft time, it was so many quarterbacks in this draft class, and the next 2 draft classes are not supposed to be that great. Where do you find your quarterback now? Where do you find him? And this was the draft to get one of those guys. Now, they took a leap of faith, believing that Eli, so again, they think something that I don't think. They think Eli has 2-3 more years in him. We shall see. But Saquon, I mean, he's good as advertised. He's been good as advertised. And that's why he went number 2 in the draft. The right decision you trying to get me to confirm is by not taking a quarterback. Because that's the only 2 choices they had. They weren't going to take anything else. It's a quarterback or a running back. Or this running back that they really need because they need to get this running game going. Which finally it looked good because I seen the Giants do something that I haven't seen them do in years. They blocked, pass protect, and open up holes. And it makes all quarterbacks' jobs easier when you can run the ball and you can protect them. Just a novel idea. Protect the quarterback and run the football. What a novel idea. I mean, it's been there for the test of time. I mean, that's the way it's always been. You know, you got these high-flying offenses now, and it's running gun, and you can't hit the quarterback anymore. You apparently have to you just have to hug him, or you just got to push him. Now you can't tackle him anymore because it's not football. Um, it's always been about running game, especially late in the season when it gets colder. And in the playoffs, you need to be able to run the football because you can impose your will. When you can run the football, it sets up so much other things. Oh, there are a handful of quarterbacks who can just go into a game and the coach can say, "Well, we ain't gonna be able to run the ball," and you gonna be like, and he's gonna be like, "We're good. We ain't gotta run the ball." There's like 3, 4 of them guys in the league. Like, we ain't gotta run the ball. We can still be successful without running the ball. We know who those guys are. Everybody else needs some type of running game to be successful. And that's just the way it goes. You know, look at your boy Dak Prescott in Dallas. First year Zeke 8. He ran wild, averaging about 6 yards a carry on first downs. And Dak threw 4 picks, 24 TDs, 1 offensive rookie of the year. And since that point, Zeke's suspension withstanding, the offensive line has been banged up, not living up to expectations. Dak is coming back. Now, some of it is the personnel. The personnel is freaking horrible. I don't know who the Cowboys thought they were going to beat with that personnel on the outside, but it's a joke. It is a joke. But hey, I'm getting off topic. Run the football, man. I like Saquon Barkley. I did not like Saquon Barkley. I just thought that the Giants take a quarterback. Eli's 37, 38. I mean, so this draft was full of quarterbacks. Next year, not supposed to be as deep. So we shall see how that goes. I think time will tell if it's the right decision. You know what this is, man. Welcome into my humble abode. We talked some Kelly Bryant and Clemson. I thought we were gonna get a lot more cheddar on Clemson and Kelly Bryant. I thought that would dominate this show today. I'm kind of not disappointed. I was looking forward to that conversation. I thought that would be a big topic of conversation on here today, given this location we're in. And for those of you in YouTube land, we live in this South Carolina, so we in the state and we're in the upstate. So I'm about an hour from Clemson. So we in this, and Kelly Bryant is actually from Abbeville County, in my hometown of Calhoun Falls. So it was a hot topic. So I figured it would be a lot more chatter and conversation about this. I really did. But it's all good because I'll be back Thursday, and we can talk about it. We can talk about it again then. But we're gonna look forward. We're gonna get into those matchups I was mentioning earlier, those big college matchups, Carolina, Kentucky. There's some other ones out there too that just ain't jumping off. Notre Dame plays Stanford, I believe. I'm not sure. I think so. But there are some other big games out there. Florida takes on Mississippi State. There's some. I'm not going to even mention Tennessee and Georgia. I mentioned it. Damn, I mentioned it. But Tennessee stinks. They stink. And send a silent. What you can do for me is send me a silent prayer because I'm still hurting because of my quarterback for the season. So I'm still hurting. And you know what? I'm gonna say that. I'll say that for Thursday's show. I'm not gonna get into that right now. I'm gonna say it for Thursday's show because you know what a Thursday show means. You know what that means, people. I have to give you a sucker of the week. I have to give you a Sentell's sucker of the week. That's coming Thursday. You tune in right here Thursday night, 7 o'clock, because I want to get in before football comes on. Big game Thursday night. Minnesota and the Rams on Thursday night football. So I want to get here 7 o'clock, maybe 6:30. But definitely an hour before kickoff, I'll be sitting right here on a Thursday show, previewing those big college games, previewing the NFL game, previewing the Minnesota Vikings in the Rams game, even though I have no idea who the Vikings are. I think they will stand up and play a whole lot better against the Rams than they did against Buffalo this past Sunday. This has been Sentell's Intel. You know what it is, the hottest sports podcast in the South. The best damn sports podcast, period. I'm your boy, the sensational Sentell Wiseman. I thank all of you guys for tuning in, comments. Appreciate the phone call I got. I will see you guys Thursday night. I am out. Peace.